What grace is? Grace is God's unmerited favor, or we can say it this way. Grace is when we receive good things from God when we don't really deserve it. You may want to write that in. Grace is when we receive good things from God when we don't really deserve it. I'll say it one more time. Grace is when we receive good things from God when we don't really deserve it. And we need God's grace. So when you've been out of God's will, it's God's grace that comes in and gives you forgiveness. It gives you a chance to get back in God's will and experience God's best again. God's grace is what gives us the second chances and third chances. So even when you've been living outside of God's will, when you move back into God's will, you experience His grace, His forgiveness. But that's not all. The next point that's already written in there, I benefit from God's provision. We see some scriptures there that you can read later. Philippians chapter 4, verse 19, Matthew chapter 6, 31 to 32, and Psalms chapter 34, verse 10. You see, when you do what God asks you to do, God doesn't promise that your life's going to be easy. He doesn't promise that you're not going to struggle. You have problems in life. But Jesus says when you put first God in your life and you live in His will, that God from this point on is going to provide all of your needs. He will give what you need and He will always be there for His people.